kwa ubetu Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, ena ne kreno. Ewo.
Action. Action media. Audition. Yeah, audition can see me our Action media. Yeah, series can see pa. Obi amfa ne hunyim. We penyino we akwadao. Emrantie ne maba ni nyina. Ye hia obi bia Action media. Yeah, series can see ade abegu Ashanti TV so. Obi amfa ne hunyim. Boy mi gina mu bi. Obi amfa ne hunyim. Frɛ number na etwa agu ate no. Me see frɛ number no. Thank you. Ashanti Prime TV. Enam tie ni mu no boy. Magi medwa. Ye duru ha se tu dia. Na ye nsɛm akɛse nko a. Sɛ wo pɛ nsɛm no kora no atie ana wo pa asɛm papa. I wo Ashanti mem Ghana mem be bia wiase be bia atie dia. Hwɛ Ashanti Prime TV. Ɛhɔ na no kora no. Ɛwɔ. Me see Ashanti Prime TV. So person tie news pa ana wo pe baabi a asem a ye ka no unko busu obi na pe no kure wo mu a hwe Ashanti Prime TV no kure no ahanko ana wo ensem bebre ne akoso e wo yemmem ha enne nkofo amanso empani say ade achi na say anti asem fufra ene na yachi na maybe so what in ye koso social media ho vechre aba fontinta fidie ni so woni me koso e wo ho no ene na dwebreneti me adwo adempo me ne mapamfo e wo Ashanti Prime TV e binada bia ene ya wada bia wabra aboyume no nu wabra ye di dwumede onwaso bia to di Prime Trend ebre wo Prime Trend is so ameni mapamfo ye besim konya ye de nsam a won say da na wfa wani ehu da egu nsani ani ni abobo mu ni ede no kra no ato ne da sansen pani say di ade ne da no won fa to wa eya na free talk afen so wo Prime Trend so no ye be ma wakonya na wo so de wadwenkyere aba eni kasa we sanso wo mu ni say Prime Trend jumediye mu no afa baby wo a obesiria enu nti na mse hia me adwo adempo many my powerful or Ashanti Prime TV. Clock it.
Odi Solomon Opokuni. Ye Fred Mabe Fie, near Bepe TV, or Becansem Papa Chey. No by me a huno, papa, a coso, a wiase. Tis ye TV papa, near Tis and Pa, a will cream with ya. Ye fun to be Biase, Ashanti Prime TV. A one I'm sure the beer, it is for TV Neto Ashanti Prime TV. Keep watching Ashanti Prime TV. We love you all. God bless you.
Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, and I'm not carrying the wall.
You didn't come over your fear and conquering me as yet them any empo yesukum. San commodity when you're able TV so. Na yababe didn't come to show away any direction be a young como na yedi. Asem anayeka ye ekoso ewa abrabom ebeka politics kakra ebeka religion kakra ebeka entertainment kakra any dey akanyina e wose ye so we anyum tuni so we talent bi a ye be from na ye tumi any wedding komo na e so e dey aka ho dwumadie ye a me bo ho da ru a kirewe e the pot show e social discussion ya babehwe ni ya tackle societal problems challenges nipa ewo masitinem. What show is a public discussion space social challenges, a platform that gives voices to everyone. I mean everyone, right? Na yenji ani din komo na sa session bi a matino din wachiku ho no eho bebusa won sama wani na so say bebusa eho ana be expose eho ana be kire say wachiku ho enti kame ho na hwe me solo base na ndi jumadi we efia da bia 5 p.m. our Ashanti Prime TV. Ashanti Prime TV. Aha na no kware no wo. The show me no mi no nkomodi. That's
Asante your mind. Ne sentina Ashanti Prime TV. Edi jumedian wasosron could be air bustle. Ni atoni din say Spotlight Hub. Any trending issue. Me wasonfo. Genial Diamond. And I'm did you medie ebasomo. Ejada bia. Any wokwada bia. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Na jumedie shisha subutu. So ye up and coming musician, actor, actress, empo, social media influencer. Don't hear any say obefa number na. Chago screen nasino. Fraying. Nani endin sa wasway. No be yet dachi enstroma. Spotlight Hub jumedie yisudie. See release interview. Na se eshemumpua. Ubetsu. Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, ena ne kreno. Ewo.
Action. Action media. Audition. Yeah, audition can see be our action media. Yeah, series can see pa. Obi amfa ne hunyim. We penyino we akwadao. Emrantie ne maba ni nyina. Ye hia obi bia action media. Ye series can see e de abegu Ashanti TV so. Obi amfa ne hunyim. Boy mi gina mu bi. Obi amfa ne hunyim. Frɛ number na ye twa agu ate no. Me see frɛ number no. Thank you. Ashanti Prime TV. Enam tie ni mu no boy. Magi medwa. Ye duru ha se tu dia. Na ye nsɛm akɛse nko a. Sɛ wo pɛ nsɛm no kora no atie ana wo pa asɛm papa a wo Ashanti mem Ghana mem ba bia wiase ba bia atie dia. Hwɛ Ashanti Prime TV. Ɛhɔ na no kora no. Ɛwɔ. Me see Ashanti Prime TV. So pese o tie news pa ana wo pe baabi a asem a ye ka no unko busu obi na pe no kure wo mu a hwe Ashanti Prime TV no kure no ahanko ana wo
ensem bebre ne akoso e wo yemmem ha enne nkofo amanso empani se ade achi na se yanti asem fufra ene na yachi na maybe so what in your coso social media ho vechre aba fontinta fidie ni so woni ne yakoso e wo hono ene na dwebreneti me adwo adempo me ne mapamfo e wo Ashanti Prime TV e binada bia ene ya wada bia wabra aboyume no num wabra ye di dwumede onwaso bia to di Prime Trend ebre wo Prime Trend is so ameni mapamfo ye besim konya ne de nsem a won say da na mfa wani ehu da egu nsani ni ne agbobo mu ne de no kra no ato ne da sansan pani say the ade ne da no won found to wa eya na free talk afen so wo Prime Trend so no ye be ma wakonya na so de wadwenkyere aba eni ka se we sanso mu ne say Prime Trend jumedie mu no afa ba bi wo a obesiria enunti na mse hia me adwo adempo many my powerful or Ashanti Prime TV. Clock it.
Odi Solomon Opokuni. Ye Fred Juma be fie die, ne be TV a obeka nsem papa a kire yen. No oba me yehunu no papa ekoso ewo wiase. Tisi ye pe TV papa ne tie nsem pa ewo kroyimu dia. Ye fanto be wiase Ashanti Prime TV. Ewana mehwele de bia entizo fa TV na to Ashanti Prime TV. Keep watching Ashanti Prime TV. We love you all. God bless you.
Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, ena no kware ne wo.
Yedi nkomo ewo ya fiefiem. Enkwankwan ni ase. Ye dem ene empo yesukum. Saa nkomodie we ne yede ba TV so. Na ya ba bedi nkomo. Twhwe we eni direction bia. Eye nkomo na yedi. Asem ana yeka ye ekoso ewa abrabom ebeka politics kakra ebeka religion kakra ebeka entertainment kakra ene de aka nyina e wose ye so we nyumtuni so we talent bi a ye be from na ye tumi ene wadi nkomo ne so e de aka ho dwumadie ye a me bo ho da ru akyerewe e the pot show a social discussion aye ba behwe ne ya tackle societal problems challenges nipa ewo masetenem Show is a public discussion space for social challenges, a platform that gives voices to everyone. I mean everyone. Right? Na yendi yeni din komo na sa session bi a Martin din wachiku ho no. Eho bebusa won sama wani na so say bebusa eho ana be expose eho ana be kire say wachiku ho. Enti kame ho na hwe me solo base. Na yendi dwumade we efia da bia 5 p.m. our Ashanti Prime TV. Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, na nokware no wo. The show, me no mi no nkomodi. That's
Asante eyo mine. Ni senti na Ashanti Prime TV. Edi dwumadi an waso sonko bi eba so. Ni ato ni din say Spotlight Hub. Any trending issue. Eyo me wasonfo. Genial Diamond. Enam di dwumadi eba somo. Ejada bia. Eni wokuada bia. 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. na dwumadi shisha so butu. So ye up and coming musician, actor, actress, empo social media influencer. De ohia ne se obefa number na e chego o screen na se no. Friend, na ni endin sa wo so e. Na be ye dache enstroma. Spotlight Hub dwumadi yi sudie. See release interview na se ehemu mpo a obetu. Ashanti Prime TV. Aha, ena ne kreno. Ewo.
Action. Action media. Audition. Yeah, audition can see me our action media. Series can see Obi amfa no hunyim. We penyino we akwadao. Emrantie ne maba ni nyina. Ye hia obi bia action media. Ye series can see e de abegu Ashanti TV so. Obi amfa no hunyim. Boy mi gina mu bi. Obi amfa no hunyim. Frɛ number na ye twa agu ate no. Me see frɛ number no. Thank you. Ashanti Prime TV. Enam tie ni mu no boy magimedwa. Ye du ha say to dia na yes.
Oh my Ghana, this year, Memo Biara, chain, and Mamma Pava Cassia, Ejaba, Ashanti Prime TV, so Emran Son, Sen Sema, and Sakania, oh my Ghana, and I think so. My hood was so. Was a move for Ejinan Tintin, one son is your Kuchi, Diego Crata, so Ediamani, the Barber Sum was a prime, and a Panoncia Cassia, and some man pay a debaba sum mono a dorsey, near Dimacotini be in ye. Ene Ghana and Afin so a year Sierra Leone in penny for Atenase. At the one son Ashanti ase upon be ase. Sans na copy mu or mashi baby fear don't kuma a honum akasa.
So ene ya de se o tipo so tipo o si tre ya de se ne o de send do no bi at ya so ena kopie mu e o kwesiminti a e ya de se ma shobi de ne o so de send bi at.
And some way benye bi e wa be fontenten fidie no so ahwe Facebook e Ashanti Prime TV, YouTube e Ashanti Prime TV and TikTok and so Ashanti Prime TV. You show no comment wa like it na wa share e di amai.
After so ma we bi se ka si we ya da na ya boafo bi e na o wa so ya sen e ma e de kase e ba be so wo. Aboafo ni bi ni POG band, o mo de band e na e di djuma. Me senti say birthday party bi e na wo ye wedding. Aponto bi e na wo Jumadi bi and I would never be near so being up on the was said, yeah. No bomodiano for BOG band it was 0248400056 and I said 0594615325 na yes we me any would Jumadi would never be near so being up on the was etimi akoyie edi amam saa so na POG mo so boy chidom di bibia nya asemfe di agro niam e wo mo obia na opim POG mo a yenso yakachi ubenya bi ewo ho ne yedi eduma ewo asante mampon ubetimi afre POG mo ewo 0248501319 and I say 0509909991 afre so achi media so boy chidom bibia ono so enya asemfe toa sene minunu ya ba ya je yegwa ya no katekate a ye resa kase no e dia ma pese wo yese yenso anaso pese ugigi e wosini twem sene na amadba mi ya brobe ne wona keke watimi agigi ni dia na bomodi en bra achi media e dia no audition registry omodi am peke phones ni yenso etima bo no ni so ade hunu se pese wo kase woni pem oni so ade ni wosini twem no etimi akoyie e dia ma betimi afa achi media e wo 0538982898 na yeso yentimi emboa
na kasie ye na yede kasie ba besomo ano pay me miss Snapchat mini aba
ajoa dempo
ye che hotel abasesia Ghana de share mesan so mo kwa baby ejaba Ashanti Prime TV so afeje break na yendo ensem no mu estuko ene wusha eye Ghana empanifo binom ena afen so eye Sierra atena se amama na man mienu yi atena se ede wonsan ahyehye ente ase apamase obehwe na adwadie nkitanwudi eda ama na man mienu nte mo hwa hye mukena se de be ya obi abetumi aboa
Potential it holds for deepening bilateral cooperation between our two countries. It provides us with an opportunity for transforming our economies and the fortunes of our people as we seize fully the immense economic and trade prospects. Ghana and Sierra Leone share long-standing ties and a tradition of mutual support and cooperation. Our relations have evolved since the pre-independence period into concrete collaboration in areas such as trade, economic cooperation, defense and security, and capacity building. Over the years, cooperative security arrangements between our two countries, ongoing military training partnerships, and the increasing exchanges between our respective civil aviation authorities have laid a strong foundation for peace and stability in West Africa and the translation of our aspirations into tangible outcomes. Ghana is proud of the investment being made in the economy of Sierra Leone through financing from the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, which is a shareholder of the Africa Finance Corporation and EcoBank Ghana PLC, which in partnership with EcoBank Sierra Leone is providing a $25 million USD facility to Meyer Mining.
Our technical teams will focus on critical sectors that form the backbone of our development, following critical review of proposals submitted by both sides and the technical inputs and recommendations provided. In the energy sector, we will be looking at how we can secure sustainable power solutions for our growing economies. In trade and agriculture, we will be exploring ways to enhance the cocoa sector in Sierra Leone through the Sierra Leone Produce Marketing Board and exploring broader agricultural value chains. We recognize that our quest to transform our cocoa sector aligns strongly with Ghana's comparative advantage and leadership in sustainable cocoa production, which we seek to leverage. In defense and security, we will seek to deepen our collaboration and cooperation.
This super mock has been organized by me for 3 consecutive years. And for the past years, I have seen massive improvements in the performance of the students.
Now, have been produced with high cost of inputs, and you are not selling at a high price. We are aware that you are going through difficulties, but don't let that discourage you from farming in the next season, because government is working on the difficulties, and very soon farming will become very, very profitable. We are already working to establish the mechanization centers. So you will get mechanization services at very, very cheap prices. And then because the dollar is now cheaper, we will be importing chemicals and all the other things and be able to sell them to you also at very cheap prices. So what is happening now is just a transitional problem, and it will get away very soon. I believe you have heard what is happening on the cocoa front. You have also heard what is happening on the cashew front. These are temporary events, and very soon, with the solid policies that we are putting in place, this thing will be a thing of the past. And then finally, I want to remind party people that we are going to do branch elections. I beg you, those who have worked very hard, particularly the branch executives, to deliver this sweet victory. If I had my own way, I would suggest that let them be retained so that they can continue to do the wonderful work that has been done. If you have delivered victory, won all the branches apart from about 3, there is nothing else that you can do. So I beg you, work and make sure that they can also retain their seat. Now that we have not compensated them for anything yet, at least they must be able to retain their seats and be encouraged to work harder for us.
Court Edikrata Eba Bontini say OSP Eyon Munyamfo Kisi Ejaben Eyetumi a itumi ma no ho kwan so tumi e process obi asem ediko piemu ewo court ananse Supreme Court na yade aban eje se tumi no edi afri ne nsem a emprempren no so person wode asem bi ekọ court aje se wode afa eye aban lawyer panyini Eyon Munyamfo Dominic Eyini eso na ensem we di nsem bebre ena ababe piemu ewo mangana mu hase asem no da so a ewo asem dibia nene na akopiemu o ma hye bedwafie don kuma ewo honom kasa ede to abontene se de aban no eye ensem ekosi bi hu ne se aban na hyeda pa no opekwan bi so ede ahunhwan Eyon Munyamfo Kisi Ejaben eye na pre enunti ne wo fa san kwan so nti aban no se wo ye ba ko a won kase wo ye ba ko ye mienu nso a won kase wo ye mienu hu bi ya wo gina se Eyon Munyamfo Dominic Ayini anase Kisi Ejaben echi enwojina.
4. We call on President Mahama to come clean with Ghanaians. He cannot continue to claim publicly that he supports the OSP while his own Attorney General argues for its constitutional destruction at the High Courts and the Supreme Court. The President must choose, and he must choose publicly. Does he stand with the OSP or he stands with the campaign to destroy the OSP. In conclusion, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, and ladies and gentlemen, you must listen to me with rapt attention. The Office of the Special Prosecutor was created because Ghana recognized a fundamental truth that you cannot rely on the government to prosecute itself. It was created because the Attorney General, however distinguished, serves at the pleasure of the President. It was created because history has shown repeatedly and painfully that corruption in Ghana's public life festers most vigorously when those who hold power are also those who decide whether to prosecute or not. What the NDC government has done through the repeal bill, through the petitions, through the Supreme Court filings, and now the High Court, is to attempt to restore exactly the structural vulnerability that the OSP was designed to cure. They want an Attorney General who must authorize every prosecution. And if you follow the argument of the Deputy Attorney General, he says that the Office of the Special Prosecutor must come to them. In other words, every day he must take trotro to the Attorney General Department. If he wants to prosecute Mr. A, he goes for a warrant. He wants to prosecute Mr. B, another trotro to the Office of the Attorney General. Is that what we are saying? Is that the intendment of the law? They want executive control over anti-corruption prosecutions. They want the power to decide case by case, ally by...
Honorable Philip Bob Minor and all cases with you when in person on my far. I contribute to the OG generation, say, in more fun everything, everything in science, or anything you may be in my best far. And you have 2024, more funny being to me. I have 2025, and more far. Almost doing to me Friday, almost a 1 year. It's me a dream to me, be seen to him or 2022. The science and OG won't say after 2020, won't be to me everything.
This super mock has been organized by me for 3 consecutive years. And for the past years, I have seen massive improvements in the performance of the students. And that is what motivates me to do more, to let the students within Kwesimintim constituency know that we are with them and we support them, and we will do whatever possible that we can to make sure that they prepare very well to go and write the exams. Looking at the records, I could see that last year or last 2 years, we had about 75% pass. Last year was 82% pass from aggregate 6 to aggregate 36. So I am believing that with continuous encouragement, continuous motivation of the children, and inspiring them, especially to be disciplined in classroom and in studies, they will be able to come out best. I'm organizing it for the 67 schools, including private schools, all the 67 schools within Kwesimintim constituency, made up of about 3,500 students, organizing this for them to know that we are with them, for them to prepare very well. The interesting aspect of it is that they have organized their various mocks. It is their teachers who, based on what they taught them, organize the mock for them. But this one, I contracted external examiners to, come out with the questions to make sure that all of them write the same paper.
See, at once, some this one, because we are Genemo, our Mashibe, OSP port, and send some nine, and no, don't come and sign so Casa, Eddie Atwabon to me say. And some no crown, Papa Mu, best dressing car, Attorney General, Munyan for Dr. Dominic Ayini, and pass some no MP, our Mashibe, Fiena, or Mumobu, who and Sana, some the best signs of Piemu, it was Supreme Court.
All prosecutions commenced and about to be commenced by the OSP remain valid, and the office must proceed on the basis of its statutory mandate until the Supreme Court says otherwise. The demands of the minority: 1, The High Court ruling must be immediately challenged and stayed, and we call on the OSP to immediately appeal the decision of the High Court and immediately also apply for a stay of execution at the High Court. And we dare also add that he must also proceed to the Supreme Court with a writ of certiorari to quash the decision of the High Court. 2, we call on the Supreme Court to expedite its determination in Adamte versus the Attorney General. The Supreme Court question must be resolved definitely and authoritatively by the courts alone, by the court that alone has jurisdiction to resolve it. We call on the Honorable Chief Justice to treat this as a matter of great public importance, warranting urgent scheduling. 3, the Attorney General must be summoned before Parliament to account for his position. It is constitutionally unacceptable for the state's chief legal officer to actively argue against the statutory institution of the Republic in judicial proceedings without parliamentary accountability. The minority will table appropriate questions and, if necessary, move for a formal parliamentary inquiry. 4, we call on President Mahama to come clean with Ghanaians. He cannot continue to claim publicly that he supports the OSP while his own Attorney General argues for its constitutional destruction at the High Court and the Supreme Court. The President must choose, and he must choose publicly. Does he stand with the OSP or he stands with the campaign to destroy the OSP? The Office of the Special Prosecutor was created because Ghana recognized a fundamental truth that you cannot rely on a government to prosecute itself. It was created because the Attorney General, however distinguished, serves at the pleasure of the President. It was created because history has shown repeatedly and painfully that corruption in Ghana's public life festers most vigorously when those who hold power are also those who decide whether to prosecute or not. What the NDC government has done through the repeal bill, through the petitions, through the Supreme Court filings, and now the High Court, is to attempt to restore exactly the structural vulnerability that the OSP was designed to cure. They want an Attorney General who must authorize every prosecution. They want executive control over anti-corruption prosecutions. They want the power to decide, case by case, ally by ally, which corruption case is pursued and which is better.
Yadi asem kwota bua yetia obi anu opeso o kan me nkwa na me za ankoka
Jompa etia yadi asem yen nara yaka asem anse ne iwet na no toso so amonti me ko obi aka ho bi
emre amane ne mra nyina so wo yafa
Jompra amane ne mra nyina yafa so
yentimi ankam yen hu se ko obi cheburu ho a no no was aha no osum ade ene mo na betu asiri kwa asem o ma
o se ye ni nyina so beti puno east ha se ene oso osum so ha no oso osum etien ene o se timi sini kwan amane
o mu nyina ha na mo ene ba me from aye region no so anka so atu ho ya ne ya mesre o se bra ba wo so maten oba bi ye hia yo baba so me makwa ma nsini kwan
ayi asani nyina ne asantima na ba kudu ne se wo so wo ma ye me ha nembom o se obi o so otumo to besu o ba kwa e man kwa no ba besu
no obi ane bo no na wo so oba na ye ni se ma obi akwa ma osini kwan
ni so obi anya kwa na osini kwan obi a o so otimi ba no ba besu
na den sampa wo so ewie yɛde akɔ court wɔ kyerɛ me yɛbua ne fam ɔkɔ ne kurom na regional minister bi atwerɛ sɛ security yɛ ma no kwan deɛ ɔnyɛ hene deɛ ama no kwan ma ɔno nam
ana sɛba asɛm aba yɛbua wie akɔ court so bua ɔkɔ ama register no national institute register ɛtie paa na esi no kwan ama ɔkɔ no kurom a regional minister bi timi ka sɛ wokɔ a yɛntimi mmɔ ho ba nti mɛka nkɔ
na deɛ ɔnyɛ hene no afa kuro no afa
na deɛ ɔnyɛ hene no mmɔ mu no afa kuro no akɔ
Minister for come. Minister for come. And principal, you know, regional minister or principal, you know, minister for local government will come home. Minister for interior,
Minister for interior, local government, minister for chieftaincy, regional minister, principal, you know,
Sampa mo kwa chinipa. Oh yeah. Na mo kwa chifa. Na regional minister na Fred judge holiday no afre say one remand wo.
Asemo si sampa na mo kwa mapa chifa. Mo chifa e holiday no. Na regional minister ahwe say remand efa no. Na fa de ilawo.
Yeah.
Na pasa na eni mu.
Na me ka kire no wone ne nkrofo anya minister mre ye ninka so. Why?
Emre ye ninka so.
Emre ye ninka so.
Emre ye ninka so.
Ene monya tumi nti momfanya de mo pe.
Tumi na ba abedi munsam nti no. Mo pe bia momfanya.
Why? Na sampa hene wonwu. Kro no so na di obekọ ho nso.
Sampa hene. Onko be bia kro na dia obekọ so.
Media some obi ofri Ivory Coast to metwan kontompo na enkrofo kra gigi ni sika wa hadi na wonsa ye hunu mu no kra ya ma kwa sa chincha afapata pa abedi
david asem wa yemfa asantesem amane kwa so eni asem wa sei na obi a ofri Ivory Coast won ma emaka omeka asem wa anyi yenu osima kwa kofoka makweka ho
ye do abesia wo na na abesia wo na wotre mu abepe ade
Ayanta and some Nisino Piemu ewo UPSA a political communication lecture a yon moyan for a topic academy akasa ediato abontene say idea to change Ghana this year no as soon moyan for Canada compepon a Japan with free NPP amanyuku nene worker esini second a Japan edaswa ewo NPP amanyuku na Kennedy ankasa fra akase a NPP amanyuku ne de nyade a wotin ho.
Mimde is a very experienced and seasoned, politician. There's no way I would think the Honorable Kennedy upon overturn with the MPP. In fact, Narangasan Ninsam come even before the primaries. Ninsam come out and a lot of media houses, interviewed him and asked him. They said, "We win our breakout. Also, no room breakaway." They said, even if things did not go his way. Some fan there were cheating mpo and they were reggae election mpo against him. There's no way I'll know break away, but Obaka party no Watete party. So you can understand Narangasa ne philosophy. Ne philosophy Ozanam. He has said a time without number they will break away from the party. And time even after the primaries Honorable Kennedy upon Orman is speeching, there were other people at the background, the supporters are working there, no vote. McKen Narangasa said it publicly. No, that should not be the case. There's no way he's going to leave the party. And so there's a lot of evidence to say there, to believe or to convince the public that Kennedy Japan is not behind it. However, Narangasa he has a role to play. So Pededam group he has a major role, to play. Only then one I would see them queen now or one cast was there were no supporters, and we all know that during the party primaries, these were the people who support Kennedy. So if Kennedy is really committed, in unifying the party or dealing with this problem or dealing with every family has its own problems. As I already were in there, they must have a written down accepted defeat that he has lost, the primaries. Was very fair and fair system. In every election, one person would win, the other would not win. So if your candidate did not win, that does not mean that you must break away from your party. If they have any genuine grievances.
Ghana Immigration Service and not that so any no more so be was any fee pay a job man up so and I must resra a cost so my money do traffic must SS the wadian. And then I'm so men on another more bomber the answer on betches uncle for anyway. O have be a bit sawa, say alaba boabo, and a sabon zunga. And you could be one man of fire no did now promises I dinner. O more bomber the archer do on our best say a year nipa a haisa. Ya Rebecca say 600 or more to me up to a money in the motor said. I would not copy a yard or more if you buy.
What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing?
After 2015, and I buy a siege in a yes, or Besher, Northern Shepa, a guacquem, a schools, I would do more. Now said, the Yeni and my wedding them no, or also a tuniaje entity, a woman, a film. Now, after 2015, ABC in the United States. A year in few back more and the mediate. Of course, one day a poor a dear dom so any edgy watch chess or more, and I said to mediate a buying at the buy and wash share of local schools who do no one walk up of her say, yes, she shall buy a degree of Pemono, and of course, a yacht the telephone spoon penny phone 80 so. Pepe Penny Wakasa and Mel call a year after 2026 or the 1 October into shares to be a year. And a penny or that be the prayer no young Munyan for Kuya sorry. Ekasa ede ato abonte de se anokwa enhyehyɛ ya aban di ku apam na ebo yi panen so besre se aban enhye no won hye eye ni dimadie no emu kina kakra se de be ya eye wona edidem no be hu se woni ye nyina ye panen mum enye se ntusu ye bi eda yete
shin policy policy bi oda tuja sanka obehwema ama ye nanu mo medidem no ade no omo school komu bit na kokan na policy we abandoned to 2015 intimate bibia na say ko schools na ko how aban AC implements our policy no ehu pempeso a but I would see no anamona kwakodu and inti selected schools be say 150 northern region e call one basic schools and secondary schools there were about 10 districts northern region who say the major issue ne sikasem aban share boss say e to ho na area finance policy no say there be ya sika e be buy school mu e dey ato ade bring for assistive devices teaching and learning resources akadia chef for the child there ne any amount with them so be sua there no omo textbooks na there no sa investment na nka aban say and committee 2% of the education budget at the ASHANTI policy. No, so in the past 5 years, you do 1% can put that. Now discussions I have with one you want to say buying a allocation of about 50 million Ghana cedis. I will get fund. I also the boy special education. Ya boy buying baso. Say ne kwans one no. It sounds every year be an allocation from get fund. At the boy special education. Schools are buying sin bebre on more any facilities I ever or more with the demo. And I say the African Education Watch if you feel by the community schools are the assemblies needs at the basic level. Out of 17 schools are here or 10 districts no. A BNY who say what disabled entrance. We and basic number I was a school be able.
As some say bribia yeta e kan ho asem. Say ebeya persons with disabilities and as omo di dem ye nyina ye betimi akọ school obia betimi akọ school baby a e wo se okọ school enti ne nkomo anase nkita ho a ye bedi ye no ebeboa ama aban na tie no no so hu kwan a e wo se wo fa so ma persons with disabilities no obia nso betimi akọ school baby o so okọ school no okọ
fe yentu akase no so e wo bure ho na nani din eni kukuaku abdo rahaman kasi bata ya otoso enum e dia desede e kwa ma ban so mo dia se oba bexi eye maize factory e wo almost no e dia mo na nke betumi a nka o meye sa factory e wo sisala area en fama mo na ondo se sisala area betumi aboa amabro nsem etimi akoso ye e wo man mo na aboa so me sika sem so etimi akoyi
to know that His Excellency President Mahama, as part of his resetting Ghana agenda, is going to establish 5 factories in Ghana. Sisala West is an area where soybeans is produced abundantly. Maize is also produced abundantly. Over there in Accra, all the maize that you see and the soybean is produced from this part of the country, Sisala land. So I make a passionate appeal to him to consider establishing a factory, one of these 5 factories in Sisala land, preferably Sisala West. I'm saying this because currently farmers are complaining of low sales of grains. If we have these factories, it will no longer be a worry. We sell them to the factories. They will use them to process things for the same district to use. Also, Chairman General, this community has 2 basic schools. Both of them have KGs with a population over 150 children sitting under trees to learn. I also appeal to you, when you go back to Accra, you work very hard.
Obepiem ewo man Ghana hanum se ya yewo eye ekuaku ahodo bebra omoboa ede adehie etupan ko bi man so emom kodipa na de a oye susu se omuduma no omudi no krogen ankeka wa bia enhuodin ede omo so ene Professional International Recruiters Association of Ghana a eternity a efreni se pirag nene aban ena afen so eye aso eye sharp adie hu nsem so ene eye pirag mpanifo akabo edidimedi ahyehye so etu adehie fuso obi wo hono obetumi atwantro sene minim carpentry work eye momfa menko bi man so nenso de ndekwa akopie mu hono no na chese atro kese edwadi ni onimu hye eye ena obi nso wo hono crazy meko bi betumi adada si ehia nipa for factory work anyway nenso bekọ no na se bi se de adwuma ensem fata ena edi nipa pro eye nti sese na yade a aban ena afenso aso ye cha padi hu nsem so eni pirag nyina ebe kan bom no ahye se ye de obi tu kwan efi wo man Ghana ha de ni kopiem ewo bi man so nipa no na ne ban bo hu nsem etesen empo adwuma wo kwa akoye no sen eni ebetua ne ka ban be menani akowe hu nyina se de be ya Ghana adehie nso mo wo bi man so ni be hu se eni obi man so no mo wo keke ne mum Ghana aban eni de wo machi yepa
empremprem bebre no abrochimemo no wo mo hia nipa wo mo person be adwuma na kwan a ye do mbefa so akono na eha ebinom ho nso a ebi onum adwuma oya o carpentry adwuma onye bi da mesa adwuma onye bi da no wan fa kwan paso na fokodu na afi Nigeria sansan no good nsem bi be ma na eha eno so bu emanga na animase eno tani aka ho aba no se na be ya ye be sure se wa wo ko no onum adwuma wo be fa kwan paso na akọ se na be ya wo kwa ye betua wo ka yie no nso nya bi ɛde abɛboa wabusuafoɔ ɛne ɔman Ghana ntimi nsɛm tietia ne sɛ wɔn apɛ sɛ ɔtu kwan biara no behu pirakfo deɛ ntuofo yɛma right information yɛma the correct job sansa na bɛkɔ no wasign agreement unim adwuma ɔkɔyɛ uruma ketua yɛ ditua ntu kɔ yɛsisi wo nso a unim wɔn sɛ wɔfrɛ yɛn sɛ pirakfo mekɔɛ no ayakayaka de ɛde yɛ mini yɛne aban Ghana aban ɛne yɛ embassies a wɔn kuro no mu no na afei yɛde ho dwuma sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛtumi protect wɔn na mo so wɔn ani agye indignity.
International recruitment, when properly regulated, is a legitimate pathway for employment creation and youth opportunity. Ghana's ability to secure decent work opportunities abroad depends significantly on the credibility of its recruitment system. Strengthening professionalism within the sector enhances Ghana's reputation in international negotiations and improves access to labor markets through bilateral labor agreements. A trusted system increases confidence among destination countries and involves outcomes for Ghanaian workers. Ladies and gentlemen, every unethical recruitment practices affects not only the individuals, but the nation as a whole. It affects the Ghanaian reputation. It is therefore essential that all actors uphold legal and ethical standards consistently. Self-regulation, peer accountability, and adherence to national standards remain critical pillars of a credible recruitment system. Fair and ethical recruitment must be endorsed and understood as a shared responsibility involving government, the private sector, and the international partner organizations. It is my expectation that PIRAJ will contribute constructively within the framework of national laws and policies to strengthen professionalism in the recruitment.
Sanso ena eneno the National Assessment and Resource Center. Ya ye Trinity ya e kan se o man hwehwe mu nyimwa ado ye de ya de se no mo de ade se de pa e kwa ma ban ya ni atwe de wonfo no me a wonsem e obi e wo man so mo so ana omo emra membo mo asan se o nwa so ye ne ya de se omo ehia emori be ne aka ne obi dwuma omo aso ye ne ya de se aka ne ho sem etinye akwa atwe e omo na fe so mo sanso e de sika etinye aka na abon ma ye ne no ase de se omo etimi e bibiam no omo so asetina ma etimi ayen ha na so sanso aka atwa wo pon se e ya omo so mfa omo ani emra na mehwe omo ani bi na etimi abon omo so mo ense na etimi akwa.
You see, we are all in the same country, and Ghana is for us. If we don't do it well, nobody will come and do it for us. So whether private sector or government sector, we are all same. We are trying to support these children who are vulnerable with their parents. So to me, government should come and then help us. You see, sometimes people want to help you, but even when you look at the structure, it is sometimes discouraging. So when somebody wants to even give you something, they will feel that it's not safe. So if the burden is done and then here is completed, we can get support from others. I don't care. Government should come in to help us because we have dedicated ourselves because of the passion for the children. We have dedicated ourselves to do the work. I don't have a child with disabilities now, but the way I feel for them, honestly, if I see them, I cannot leave them. I have to make sure that I've supported them in whatever means, the little way that I can. So with the little that the government can come and do for us in terms of logistics, in terms of giving us vehicle to sometimes do follow-ups and co. We don't need vehicle to stand there, but at least when we want to go follow-ups and then we have means of going out and coming, it will help us. Do you get me? The government alone can also do it. We are even calling for philanthropists, and that diagnosis can all be inadequate awareness or lack of awareness. You see, some of the parents may not readily accept the cases. As we see, sometimes they will come. When you tell them that, oh, this is the situation, they will deny. They will say, no, it's never. Even sometimes at birth, at the hospital, they will tell them that this condition that your child is having, it is so and so, and it can affect your child. But they would deny. They would say, no, me, my child, never. So those kind of unacceptable behaviors of the parents can delay diagnosis and assessment. So when they delay, they can take their child because they don't want people to know, or sometimes because of stigmatization, they don't want people to know that they have such a children. They will go and be keeping them.
Additional environment and some Nusune was for the chair or share pomodin, Hunsam so a union for a year grace, a yen Sudan qua. And now Wakasa at the Atua Wanton, so my gun was a yari baby at Daniel Crown Crow. Ewa hanu say is answer yen pain mu a ye a doctor 1 years will be till yen a year and Sabe can horse yari ready into me. Monfanko be mine, so then soon yen mu yan could say yari maybe. Nti yare bebre adane kwan kro wo man gane mu ase nyina ne se adokotafo eni apumuden aso ye mpanyifo ahodo na empen kikemu ye enti ene ohu se boro omo so ketua bia osimo kwan ko bi man so na Ghana de yentumi ensa so ni kwan se e ba ne se enti obesre se adokotane anesi ko nyina nko so ensua de emfa ho ne de wa ko suku akodu wote ho no ma enti nene AI aba be keni pa ho e ba be boa ye bisa eye AI nsensem na won so tete ne bi.
Disease burden, research is not optional but essential. But no government alone can generate all the evidence required, nor can the private sector single-handedly drive equitable access to system-wide change. Public-private partnership strengthens healthcare by enabling shared expertise, accelerating innovation, expanding local pharmaceutical production, and improving health workforce training and health data systems. They also ensure rapid translation of research into policy. When all sectors work together, Africa can modernize its systems and build resilient, research-driven health structures for the future. Ghana welcomes deeper collaboration with the ISDE and its institutions to advance scientific research and build strong evidence base for effective chronic disease prevention and control. Africa cannot achieve sustainable development without a healthy population. We cannot attain a healthy population without embracing science, research, and strong public-private partnerships. Today, I reaffirm Ghana's commitment to championing these partnerships to deliver innovative, equitable, research-driven health solutions for our people.
We don't know what most of the effects of our drugs are when they're released on the market, and we as pharmacoepidemiologists look to study it. ISPI, the International Society for Pharmacoepidemiology, is the international society which focuses on that. So we have here the president of ISPI. We have I edit the major journal in the field and write the major textbook in the field. It's an international society of over 1,500 people, and it's really been our absolute pleasure to have this meeting here in Ghana.
Social media content it will be pioneer and now or Sika or one central between say Sika be one sema call even to say a china the pouring shim when you are buying a bomber down my barbecue and I just said no that's very you say I'm a branch and be and someone a lawyer Oliver a barbecue and pay senior my branch and bill.
And the DSC and they say a money bill. And as a court in super Mukaswa Ma bill, I know then she say be to a crime said a bear, say court in here, say Brandy and to a seminar swap, Ubetimiaba. It's a court in a money bill, see penny family to stand as sureties with a property value of 30 million Ghana cedis. And that is what we are working towards, getting a copy of the court order. Then we go into execution of the bill terms and conditions. Yes. And the DSC and they say a money bill. And as a court in super Mukaswa Ma bill, I know then she say be to a crime said a bear, say court in here, say Brandy and to a seminar swap, Ubetimiaba. Enti court na man bill see mpeni pa mienu to stand as sureties with a property value of 30 million Ghana cedis. Enti no, and that is what we are working towards, getting a copy of the court order. Then we go into execution of the bill.
Adeshimai ba yentu ayensem ni su kopie mu ewo mpimpini mantemu a eyego mu west the hall na afarefo a ewo ho no mo nso a kire o madwen e dia fa eye fango buo eye eto a na edida so a aban atete e dia free so no ma kire o madwen e dia fa ho ha ebe ha wo mu dwumadie na afem so ka wo man Ghana ebebo
ode hwaze dem so me yetase issue of yen kofo a yezli murado yen basabasa iti yasasman manfida yetun no bia mafo no kore ye observe a co-season na afi so yase be sra obayen dem manfida oye na ono obo adwen kakra and ye besre yan mame de di yasana pa sadamadu na wafa one samadwen on fashion being ma issue of yen kanu nyina ye one state ye artisanals ye issue ye semi industrial kanu yi bi wa ni fie issue of what kanu bi wa awon so na won issue yi it is na ye won the same stage it want to ma da ono no chi ni si dabi it what ye best aban the first year the okoro de hwaze I don't ahwe the mo na second year the dem ya kan so wotu ma on ye na won to so wo me ye na yanko NDC Fishes Ministry obey muhu onu na adwuna odwulofa oye nshofo wo sisa what we punuma nshofo yanko ne wa amam na ayamafo no warko tuntafre bie na oye na na jakor na makroko la minister yasran on mo nya sada ma adwuna wo na adwuna mo onyin fi na adwuna na so otu punuma oma na ayamafo no so ontu mo so wansi da mapa da otu punuma bishop ya bokop
yasra eni saban ma wa obi aye biara no wa ba onche na yinhwe drama yo break water on yamayan ya falafo papa fishing boat akasa o watama elmina sekendi
na ewo ebutre ganse mu no na adamfo yonko bebu a oneno eko na kana babo ntin na obekete no pe yama na adamfo no be na okasika ya dia ma na wo se edin na so me se ombetumi ayawu bibi na abo ama na yonko no so etiri mu etimi assign.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm on the bill. I'm on the bill. They laid out some conditions. So and yet tries are, and it's kind of steep. If I'm being honest with you, it's kind of steep. But we know how to go about it. I need money. That's the my uncle.
Any genetic to say?
Oh, you know, I don't know how to behave. It's kind of mixed feelings. Yeah, it's kind of mixed feelings. Yeah, so.
Prime manopano nsia kasie eno anigusu a wuhye se ye toa ensem no so ane na kame ho ni entupa emfi Ghana ni emfi ani enchiremu ewa amahodo so ensemu endrada na Mozambique mampanyini eyonmunyamfo Daniel Chapo ekopiemu ewo China de na de hwede ekoto mpanyifo ho nim so pesa ma na man mienu ekabom na wo boaboa won ho ene China mampanyi eyonmunyamfo Xi Jinping akasa ediato abonse se yade omon so ajiatu momodi wo monsa be shenti ase apamase na China ene Mozambique ya yonko fason ababeda amana man mienu entemu metumi aboaboa won ho
of what they call a China-Mozambique community with a shared future in a new era. She said both sides will deepen cooperation in trade, agriculture, energy infrastructure, and digital technology, while also strengthening coordination in international affairs. He also announced that from May 1st, China will grant zero tariff treatment on 100% of tariff lines to 53 African countries with diplomatic relations with Beijing. For his part, Chapo described China as a true friend and said Mozambique is ready to expand cooperation across key sectors. After the talks, the two sides signed more than 20 cooperation agreements covering areas including trade, health, mission of what they call a China-Mozambique community with a shared future in a new era. Xi said both sides will deepen cooperation in trade, agriculture, energy infrastructure, and digital technology, while also strengthening coordination in international affairs.
Pakistan ne border so de eno enam so ematimem for the tempem na etimi afi won fi ahodo a won akopɛ ba bia bo on sesen se won so be se asetan betimi akoyi e de ama won a.
Yenso obi my so nsem ni so ewo Nigeria eye Enugu state ugopie mu ewo honoma ene adehye ewo Enugu state so omodie eye Nigeria man panyi won munyamfo eye Ahmed Bola Tinubu ena eye after 2027 so omodie amampanyi na abate wono ehyehyɛ so a obeto na aba edi amane san so ena governor wo honom eye munyamfo mba ena ombehwe ato abama ne so wono ena ensan so ndi adehye omo Enugu state eso
Ogu Council area, where they play host to political heavyweights across the 3 senatorial zones of the state.
We will begin by presenting kola nuts.
The motion for the endorsement was orchestrated by Senator representing the zone, Ositango, moved by member representing Ude-Eziago, Sunday Omeya, seconded by member of the Southeast Development Commission, Toby Okechukwu. In their separate remarks, former president of the Senate, Ken Namani and others clarified the decision of the people on the need to consolidate the achievement recorded by both leaders.
The Enugu West, I congratulate you people for the wonderful work we have done this afternoon. I keep it up. We still have a distance to go. Listen to anybody who comes to talk to you, but be careful. Don't be deceived. Any person telling you that you will go to Lion Building and stay 4 years, he's telling you lies. He cannot keep the promise. This is the only one that can keep that very promise because he has only 4 years to go.
My job here is simple. Just to say thank you and thank you to the good people of Enugu West. Now that you have endorsed this party, you have endorsed Mba, you have endorsed Tinubu, you will endorse every single person that is carrying the flag of APC.
Other stakeholders read massive infrastructure projects provided under 3 years of Governor Peter Mba, so they want consolidated. In a sharing atmosphere, Governor Peter Mba, who was overwhelmed by the massive turnout, commended the people for being committed to their vision. A promise not only built on the achievement, but surpass it in coming years.
Deeply honored.
Japan. And now another Jode Chairman as also be 18 man and home and so or Honoma and Yasen Feno, and I'm Shimon Penny Quarters as also yes, as also be a no air Jimmy Papantin out to you, and Yasen Ketua Japan.
Japan is one of the most earthquake-prone countries in the world. A 7.4 earthquake struck off northern Japan on Monday, shaking Tokyo and triggering a short tsunami warning. Soon after, authorities issued a rare advisory. They say the chance for a
Kasia wenye bi ahwe ewa abefo ntenten fidie ni nyina eso Facebook eya Ashanti Prime TV, YouTube eya Ashanti Prime TV na TikTok enso eya Ashanti Prime TV otwa no comment wa like na wa share edi amaye.
Sanso ena abofo a omoso ya sinema ede kase ne ba beso wo ebi ni POG band POG mo ena fe action media omo ena boy e chido mo ede kase e ba beso wo.
And someone of pay the best more ever cassia kwan so a doors me near the marketing be any. And they were mine gun and penning for any one mine a yes alone. At the one son as she said and say up myself.
Sanso and out it's nanny and my eddies on your chrono, a honorable Johnson sitting Ketia, and send on a dear to ya or the common fearful. I don't come on, I should be the fear and so I can say the one how at all a abandoning. Sanso and a sentiment in a row 2 4 6 so the insanity at Suja Efa Amanyo same form. And some way in some Udopia County, a debate some more set prime and opanuncia. Cassie, I can count for our tea and nay and pay a year, Miss Nausat, mini aba. A joa, dimple, Yadicassi, and Bessie, Yakra would be.